Let's get a quick take on the formation of a committee this week that opposes any potential Olympic bid from Colorado. The NO-lympics committee is chaired by former Governor Richard Lamb and developer Kyle Zeppelin. Patty Calhoun from Westward, it didn't seem like the whole pro-Olympic side was getting a lot of momentum anyway. Did it need a NO-lympics committee formed such as it's been this week?
Well, it might help the Pro-Olympics Committee remember that transparency is good. We haven't had a lot of that. Having a more balanced committee considering this would be good. But this group went further and said, because you haven't considered all these things you really need to, if you actually go forward with a bid, we will take it to the voters of Colorado, which is exactly where it should go if we're going to make a bid on this.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. I was not surprised to see Richard Lamb involved in this, and frankly, I was pretty happy to see, as a little nostalgic, to see Richard Lamb involved again in something in Colorado politics. Do you think it's right for him to get involved and remind folks who may not have been in Colorado back when he led a campaign way back in the 70s about the last time we considered Olympic bid?
Oh, absolutely. We have lots of new immigrants to the state, and this is a reminder to them about one of the reasons that Colorado today is an attractive place that people want to come to, is we, among other things, took some steps to try to avoid overdevelopment. Didn't succeed perfectly, but the Olympics thing was, anti-Olympics thing was definitely part of that, and we were right to stop it, and also right to say that the International Olympic Committee, one of the most corrupt global organizations in the world, does not get Colorado taxpayer funding. I think this will also have a deterrent effect, because given that Lamb slew the Olympics last time, next time around, I think the United States Olympic Committee would be likely to say, man, we're not going to put Denver again, especially with that valiant knight Dick Lamb out there ready for one last great battle to kill the dragon for a second time.
Penfield Tate, attorney with QTAC Rock, also a longtime state lawmaker. You know as much about Colorado politics as anybody. When you have Richard Lamb involved in the Olympics, I think the battle tilts his way, I guess is the best way I'd put it.
You know, I think the battle tilts his way, and I appreciate the No-Olympics committee coming up, because there was a presumption, there's an undercurrent sort of in a segment of the community that believes that this whole Olympic committee thing is for show, that it's a fait accompli, that the powers that be have already decided they're going to bid on the Winter Olympics. They're just going through the process just to wrap it all in a neat bow and say that they got some citizen input. And we've talked about this before, the disconnect between some of the governing elites and the rest of the society, thinking that we're overdeveloped, you know, we're congested, and a lot of things are happening to us, not for us. And that's how I think people feel about this Olympic bid. Now, I disagree with Patty. I don't think it should be put to a popular vote. I just think it ought to be an open, transparent, and fully inclusive process where you invite all the people who are upset about this and let them convent and express their point of view before you commit to doing something.
Joey Bunch from Colorado Politics rounds at the panel today. Joey, 40 years ago or so, Richard Lamb rode this popular tide all the way to a very successful political career. Do you think Kyle Zeppelin or anybody else involved is looking to capitalize on this popular movement?
I don't know. You know, and I love and respect Penfield Tate, but I agree with Patty. I think this should go to a popular vote because I think it would lose tremendously. You know, we were in our infancy on this growth issue 40 years ago, but we're old folks with it now, and I don't think people want it. I think that this is something that the political elites would like to have for bragging rights, but I don't think anybody wants to sit in that traffic to deal with the congestion that comes with that for that 2 weeks. But also, they don't want to pay the bills. I'm trying to think of an example of a community that has had an Olympics that's seen a long-term financial gain from it. I can't think of one. All I hear is horror stories.